it's going. More Jenga. Got a wee party of kids following me this morning. Morning, Holly. What a beast. Big breakdown. It's the drill working there. That post is a bit goosed, but it's far enough in. Put the sign up there, I'll cover that. It's falling to pieces. Another one in. It's time to put the signs all up on them. Number 4, jumbo Jenga there. Got a bundle of signs here. Just going around all the posts that I just put in and putting the signs up. So I put one up, pick your own, that sign there. And then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signs to put up. I dropped a bit out the end of my drill. I went to the other post which is out there. Luckily it's sitting next to this post. Thank you. Picture wall. So that's where all the sunflower heads, cut a load, put some string across it or whatnot, and maybe chicken wire, hang them in behind it, all over there. Nice background. One more sign to put up, put the rest of them up. This one, jumbo Jenga. Just down here, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, it's in there. So you'll be able to hear the grain dryer in the background there, humming away, fans going. It's quite drizzly this morning. Well, it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock now, but it's been quite drizzly, damp this morning. So we've not started combining yet. Dad's going to head along kind of 20 minutes or so and just have a check, see what it's like. I think it's worse along the road as well. It's just a little kind of hazy dampness, which to be honest it was really dry yesterday, so we'll probably just crack on with that, it'll be fine. Yesterday it's coming in at high 13s, which is perfect, can't really complain at that. Kev's just been shifting some oats down there and phone to say the dryer's shut off. Dad's away at the moment, so I'll go and see what the script is, see if we can get it going again. So as you can see, basically what happened, this elevator choked. So undid that, flushed it out, and then redid it again, it choked itself again. So I need to check, first of all, up the very top if the top conveyor across there is working. So we need to redo this again, then start the top one and see what's happening. This vent was totally clogged up, so that might have caused issue. So this is the top conveyor. Just turned it on. I'm going to check where the belts are moving. So I don't need to stick my head in there, use the camera, but I'll put the flash on. So it's obviously working. You can see the paddles going past. I don't know what's wrong. This is the hopper, by the way. Fills up. I've got Kev to just turn that elevator on and it drops into there, so if it's working we should see something come out of here. Yeah, that's it. It's working. So that's it cleared, because obviously we flushed it out, so that was just left in the buckets. So now I don't know why it's not working. So the elevator's on the other side, and it was the one that was choking, so it goes all the way up, drops off at the top. So what we've got on is the elevator on, and the conveyor at the top that just takes it off of the elevator into the hopper. And then there's a conveyor down here that takes it from this hopper to the elevator, So I'm just pulsing that on and off to try and clear this hopper here, because there's a discharge, which is basically a valve that sits in this position that drops a small batch into this hopper that then gets cleared, and it kind of times every 50 seconds it'll drop a batch in, just so that you've got a bit of clearance from there to the conveyor below. But what's happened is this is all full and clogged, and what I'm doing is just putting it on dry bottom, pulsing it, because it's obviously putting too much into the elevator and choking the elevator. Don't know why it's happened, but I'm trying to clear it all first, and then I'll get a look inside of here. There could be straw choking stuff, I don't really know yet. We'll find out soon. And then just kind of 15 seconds or so, let it clear. So you can see that shape there with the windows on it. It's starting to clear, so that's the exact same position as this. So that's that shape that you see, the hopper. I've just switched it to manually empty. You can see it coming off there. And then we'll deal with it once it's empty. So just leave it to empty now. We're away to go combining, so Kev's just going to grab a bite to eat and head along the road, and Dunkel have just about started with the combine. Kev's just going to do the two trailers for a wee while. Got a few more things to get done with the sunflowers until I can kind of happily leave it and know that I'll be able to get everything done on Saturday. Horseshoes, so I've taken off a collection. I've just made sure there's no sharp edges or nails left in them. These will do for the horseshoe game. Take them out as well with me. Forgot my sledgehammer, so we're currently hammering this post in with a crowbar. It's going. It's quite far away actually. Ooh. Put the bucket a bit closer because it's actually really hard from back there. Oh. Just chopped out a bit of fence section here. This is all coming down in the future actually, so it doesn't really matter if it gets a bit knackered. So open it up here, trim this down. I need to just make sure this is all level. There's a big hole there from where the post is. Sort that out. Split these bales apart. There's a bit in here that needs leveled off as well. There's a couple of ruts just off of where the ploughs run down there. That's not the best job in the world, rolling up high tensile wire, but taking the top strip off of all of it. And then tied back these bits, so that'll do for an opening. There's a sign to go in between there. Jobs are good, and I'll swing this bale around a bit because there's a wee puncture there. This is the first load of today, so it'll be a fraction damper than it was yesterday, just because there's been moisture about, rain as well. One thing to note, on the new combine we changed the sieves, so we went for 3D sieves, I think they're called, and it's basically a different profile, and they changed the way they kind of act with oats. So we used to get a lot of straw left over in the sample, and it would choke the grain dryer as it would the straw would kind of build its way to the top of the pile as you move it. So it would choke the combine, but the new sieves we've got seem to be working anyway. There's hardly any straw through that sample, through any of it at all. Possibly the fact that the conditions are great and it's really dry helps. So that's a lot better. Hopefully that remains. We'll see when it comes to like the spring oats, maybe the conditions won't be as good, and we'll see what the sample's like then. Combines had to stop along the road. There was a wee bit of a shower, so they've stopped for now, but it should kind of blow off. The sun came out again, so give it half an hour, it'll be good to go again. Oats just get sticky and bind up. Everything else that we combined yesterday we're almost finished at. That's filling up. That'll be 2 batches thereabouts, and that's the dry oats that are already now in the big shed, so there's not much here. I'm going to see if I can pick up the old bucket with this actually, hook underneath it. So I need to take this and the big bucket, the old bucket sorry, up to sunflower patch up there. A bit aggressive there. And then there's a kind of lip on the top there. I think this will work. Yeah, that'll do. I need to avoid hitting any bumps at pace. levelled off this bit with a bucket and then I've just dragged some wood chips over the top of it. So still a wee bit of a rut there. The bucket just went to about there, so this was the rut that was in there. But then the bale sit here either side and the entrance will be nice and flat. Currently just making loops like that out of wire and then put them in there and then tie string between here and one on the other point and make lines across. You get the gist of it. Only thing is I've realised the sun's on the other side. It'd be better if the sun was facing that way. Might move them if I get the chance. I've had the forklift for a while, so these oats are needing pushed up. Dad's just waiting on me. He's obviously gone to drive in the other trailer. Push these up and he'll get a load tipped in there. Wonder what these are coming in at. Feel alright. Watch the roof. That'll keep the pit going for a good few hours. Get a couple of loads tipped in there as well. I'm going to go push up there's one load in the big shed to push up, so I'll take a bucket around while I'm at it. Drier's going full blast. Just been pushing up this pile of oats, and that's as high as I can get it with the forklift and the bucket. So once we get a grain pusher, I mean that's up to 3 meters and the walls go to 4, so that's another third, another 33% volume on top of that. And then when you go from the walls, you can build up from the walls. So I don't know, probably get like another 50% in of what we normally would, like without a grain pusher. Not had the time to build it yet. Don't know when I will. Hopefully soon. Need to be soon. This is the start of the jumbo Jenga. So we've got all these blocks. This is when all the parts for the new shed came. Shed looks a belter. I will do a video just once I get time just on the whole shed. Now it's done, and an overview. Bash out a quick set of Jenga. So the length of them needs to be 3 times the width of them, so they fit nicely on a square. So I'll set up a jig. Grub's ready. See if it works. Need to push up the pile before Kev gets back, and he's just pulling in up the top there. I've pushed a bit of it up. There's enough there, he can dump there, and then I'll push it right away up when he's away. Another load. They've come right back down in moisture. We're at like 15 again. There was one load that was quite wet actually, and it caused issues with the dryer. That's Kev away again. He's just got one more load. Dad's away at a load just now. He'll get that and that'll be the field done. That'll be winter oats done. All that seed, which will be going away next week, at the end of next week. Dryer's just done filling at the moment. All the windows are covered over with grain, so there's not that much to go. Everything seems to be working again from earlier. The only thing that we changed really is there's a vent up there that draws in air, takes off any chaff and straw that are left in it and puts it round in a waste. Goes round that pipe there, out there into the waste pile. Other than clearing the vent on that, which was pretty well choked, we did nothing else. Don't know why the elevator choked twice. Anyway, more Jenga. I don't know if you can hear me over the fan. Quite loud. That's the Jenga done. I don't know why it stopped recording, but I went around all the outside edges and whatnot with the sander again, just to tidy them up. Jumbo Jenga done. Just played against myself. Dad's just shifting more oats into the big shed. Just going to go clear up the saw and whatnot that I was using earlier. Put it all away. So yesterday's question of the day was the altitude change from the top of the field to the bottom of the field. I'm obviously not in that field anymore, but I went to the bottom, I took a screenshot of the screen that was on that cab that told me the height. So the answer was 29.13 metres was the difference between the top and the bottom of the field. So the video's only been out for like 4 or 5 hours, but Mal went for 28 metres and it's 29.13 or something. So they're the closest at the moment. I don't know if anyone will get closer than that, so at the moment, hopefully I don't need to re-record this, they've won. So I'll just put Mal. It'll be on the grain pusher, which is coming next. That's going to be the next welding project.